What's up, guys? So, the weather is not exactly on my favor, but today I decided that A, I wanted to report that I am still alive, and B, go over a topic that I have had saved on my clipboard for the longest time, but I just never got around to it. And pretty much what I will be doing is something that people used to do in the past, which is they would look up what kinds of questions are being asked on Google. And I personally want to do this because I want to see if I am able to answer any of those questions, how right or wrong I am, although I'm not really going to immediately corroborate my response. And also, I just want to know what people are asking, what questions people are curious about, or do I think that some of the questions being asked are concerning because they may be so simple and stupid that you not knowing a answer to them concerns me. But then I might need to consider that maybe it's young people using a computer asking those questions, so you just never know. So, one of the first round of questions that I had revolves around dogs. Now, I haven't had a dog in about 15ish years, so I'm not really the most dog savvy person, but I want to see what kinds of questions people are asking about dogs. So, I am typing in why do dogs? And one of the first questions is why do dogs eat grass? To which I am kind of shocked because I didn't know that they ate grass like that. I know that cats need some kind of grass, but dogs, it never occurred to me that they might want to eat grass. But if I had to guess, it's because just like every other mammal, they need a source of fiber? I don't know. Another question that's being asked a lot is why do dogs lick? See, I know what cats licking means, but I'm not sure that it means the same thing on dogs. But if I had to guess, it's because that's their way of showing affection. Why do dogs lick their paws? I honestly cannot say that I have ever seen a dog doing that. I've seen cats doing that. But if I had to guess, it's because at some point they gather dirt, sediment, and stuff between their paws. So I would imagine that's their way of getting it off. It's like horses. It would be nice to clean their hooves because they accrue so much dirt and stuff. It's like you having a lot of rocks on your shoes. That mess is uncomfortable. So I would imagine that's why dogs do that. And that's pretty much all of the questions that are coming up when it comes to dogs. I thought there would be more than that. But anyway, the next one, of course, is why do cats? I believe that I am going to excel at this one. Why do cats purr? From what I understand, cats can express fear or extreme joy and excitement and happiness through purring. But I know that they also purr when they, like females, when they have kittens. So I guess it is so that the kittens can hear her and know where she's at because kittens do not open their eyes until several days after they were born. Am I making that up? I think that's true. Why do cats need? Well, I think it is a way to in some eating on you, it's because they love you. I think that's what it is. And why do cats meow? From what I understand, cats don't actually meow to one another, but from what I understand, when it comes to humans, they're just looking for attention. Maybe trying to express to you that they want questions being asked. I'm only showing the first four, which is fair. The next type of question was I wanted to key in what people are asking if it has seats in the inside? What makes a good leader? For some reason, I knew that question was going to be there because it's a very popular interview question. But if I had to answer that question, I think a good leader is one that you can trust, you can talk to, is prepared, skilled, respect, and definitely experienced. Now, I'm young people with varying attitudes, varying goals, stuff like that, then you definitely want to have experience at how to deal with that. Because if you're just new to the kinds of personalities in a group setting, what makes an earthquake? Haha, geology question. Well, from what I remember, the very overly simplistic answer to that question is when two convergent plates come together, it tends to stress the earth to the point that it, but also divergent plate can also cause earthquakes, from what I remember. And then you also have to watch out for the aftershocks, which tend to happen a few minutes after the matter and they can last for a little while. So, again, that's the overly simplistic answer, but it pretty much has to do with plates that are moving. Um, so, yeah. And I guess underwater volcanoes can also cause earthquakes. Is that true? Oh, no, I'm lying. Earthquakes that take place in the ocean can cause tsunamis. All right, let's see. The next round of questions have the setup of how much does. So I'm going to key that in and see what people are asking. Let's see, the first question is how much does a gallon of water weigh? That's a good question. I have always wondered that. I personally would say, from the feel of it, anytime I grab a gallon, I want to say it's like 6 pounds. But you gotta consider, I think different types of water may weigh a little differently, like purified water versus distilled water versus alkaline water. Is there a difference? I wish I would have checked before doing this because now it's like I feel forced to check it. But if I had to guess, I want to say that the average gallon is between 6 or 6.5 pounds. I'm gonna corroborate that one. I'm not really corroborating any of my answers, but I feel like there are factors that would affect the weight of a gallon. It appears that a gallon of water weighs 8.34 pounds. I guess I have become stronger because to me they feel like they weigh 6 pounds. And I'm pretty good about gauging how much weight I have on my hands. Interesting. Well, there you go. I have my answer. All right, let's see. What's the next round of questions? How much does a passport cost? Ooh, I believe that a passport costs about, isn't it $174 or $150? I'm gonna say 175 just to be sure. But let me look it up while I'm here. Why not? The fee is $35 and the new adult passport is 110. The new total fee is 145. I was off by $30. So in the grand total for a passport is 145, and then there's a $35, I guess, application fee. And yeah, interesting. I'm not so bad at this. I'm not so bad at this. Let's see. What's the next round? I guess people are really traveling nowadays. Or they want to travel. How much does it cost to build a house? Ooh, How much does it cost to build a house? If I had to guess, my wildest guess would be, first of all, you have to buy land and you have to determine how much land you're going to occupy. Second of all, I would imagine that you have to report that to the state somehow. So that would incur a fee. And I guess it is to survey the area in which you're going to build a home. Like, what is the environmental impact? And of course, the supplies for the home. What kind of house are you going to have? Are you going to have a brick house, a regular cardboard like house, as I like to call the wooden ones? Uh, it's so many factors. And also, you have to install utilities like wiring and pipes. If I had to take a wild, wild, wild guess, like, let's say a medium sized house, but my perception of medium may vary. Let's say a 3 bedroom home, 1 story, like not even 2 stories or anything, just a little average home. Maybe the type of home that you start drawing when you're in kindergarten or something. I would say that considering all those little factors, very easily you will exceed or be really close to the $1 million mark, only because repairs in a house cost thousands. So imagine how much it would cost to start a home from scratch. So yeah, I would say it would be around the $1 million mark, considering all the fees and stuff. But it wouldn't surprise me if it were much more. And it also depends where you're building the home, not just the environmental impact, but also, is it a city? Is it a rural area? So, yeah, it's a pretty tough question. I don't think I could have been prepared for that one. All right, the next round of questions is, how do you? That's another phrase that I thought of. Let's see. How do you get pink eye? From what I have heard, experiences that I have had of other people telling me how they got pink eye, it appears that there has to be some kind of bacteria present on your hands, and then you end up contaminating your eye, and that's what ends up happening. And let's see, someone in the comments was asking if I know how to make noises with my armpits, and no, I do not. I saw it before you retracted it. But yeah, I guess raw meats and extremely dirty matter, like fecal matter, would contribute to the ingredients that you might need to catch pink eye. But that's just from what people have told me and experiences that other people have had of what I believe caused them to get pink eye. So I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know the official answer to that question. How do you get ringworm? I can't say that I know what ringworm is. Let me look it up. Skin to skin contact, handshakes, and hugs. It is contagious. Oh, snap. Let me look at a picture since it's a medical question. Oh, that kind of skin condition. Yeah, it does look like it would be pretty contagious. Anything abnormal in the skin, I just would not dare to touch it with my bare hands. Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty much a series of skin that's very, like, irritated, inflamed, pale, scabby, definitely painful. And I definitely have experiences with skin disorders like rashes, so I know how crazy stuff like this can get. But yeah, the answer to it would be skin to skin contact, touching a contact. Yeah. I wasn't initially sure what it meant, so I had to look that one up. All right. The next question. Sweet. I believe it says that I am back online. My phone is doing that crazy thing to where I touch it and it doesn't do anything, so I had to deal with that. Who was the first president of the United States? Of course, that is George Washington. The next round of suggested questions is who was Ted Bundy? I cannot say I know the answer to that question. But wait, Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy. If I saw a picture, I might know what it is, but I'm getting a feeling that it has to do with like a criminal system. Was that like a criminal or something? Let me look it up just to corroborate. Yeah, it says Ted Bundy was an American serial killer and he died in 1989 in a state prison. I don't know what he did. Of course, he was known as a serial killer, but I don't know what his case is. Huh. Weird. I feel like I heard about it a long time ago. I must have heard about it a long time ago if I was able to guess that it must have been a criminal. Who was the first Avenger? Aha, the first Avenger was Captain America. And I say that semi-confidently because I'm actually not a very Marvel savvy person. I'm not absolutely brain dead on it, but I cannot claim movies. But my retention is pretty limited. Let's see. The next set of questions is what are people asking? What is a good credit score? I believe that a good credit score is above 670 points. Is it? I think so. I don't even know what the maximum is, but I know that you definitely want to be up there. What is a Bruin? Bruin. Bruin. What is a Bruin? Isn't it a fictional bear? Bruin. Let me see. I think it's a bear from a story or something. A bear, especially in children's fables. Yeah, I guess I'm not too wrong. I should have said fables. I said fiction. Alright, I'm surprised I still remember what that is. Let's see. The next question that people ask is what is autism? Aha. So, from what I understand, autism, some of the symptoms tend to be that you have difficulties socializing, difficulties focusing, or you focus too much. And the definition, it's it's almost like a sense of spacing out, but spacing out in that you get lost in your own little world. And when you think about it, it makes sense because the word auto is in it, like AUTO minus the O. That means self. So it's like autism is the act of you like getting lost in your own self, in a sense. That's how it was described to me a long time ago. Honestly, I'm not an expert on this, even though I had an interest in being involved in the medical field. But my inclination has always been cardiology. So I'm really not that savvy on mental disorders like that. But from what I understand, autism is pretty much focus problems, it seems to me. But for the sake of clarification, let's look up the official definition. A developmental disorder of variable severity that is characterized by difficulty in social interaction and communication and by restricted or repetitive patterns of thought and behavior. So I guess I wasn't too wrong, but I was not too right either. It is pretty common, and the causes: prenatal viral infection has been called the principal non-genetic cause of autism. See, what's weird to me is that because this is a mental disease, if you tell me that a viral condition caused it, it's kind of weird for me to wrap my head around that because viruses typically mess you up physically. But an autistic person doesn't necessarily have to have a physical impediment or symptom. Weird. I didn't know that. I had no idea about that. I thought that the causes for it were unknown. All right. The next round of questions is. Wait, what is it? Okay. Meaning of. Let's see what people are asking under meaning of. Meaning of names. If I had to explain why people get names, it is because you need to have some kind of a label for us to be able to get your attention and for you to just respond to. But some people like to attach meaning to names, which is like you may be named after someone who your parents admired and in remembrance of someone. But there's also the phrase of looking up the meaning of names because names are supposed to mean something. And honestly, I'm not very savvy when it comes to names like that. The only way I know the meaning of a name is if your name already means something. Like summer, autumn, like spring. I've never met a girl named Spring, but I'm pretty sure that it exists somewhere. You know, things like that. Meaning of 444. I cannot say I have heard of that before. It says 444 is a sign that someone is trying to communicate with you. Ooh, I find this type of thing fascinating. So, how did I not know about that? It is a sign that you are currently following the right path. If you see the number 444 repeatedly, it is often your angel giving you a sign that they are with you. The sign is reminding you to feel confident and supported in this knowledge. Well, I be damned. I have never seen that number in my life. Not even at the register, not even when driving. I don't remember seeing 444 miles when my car was new. And no, not, not, no relations to 444 whatsoever. But since I brought it up now, it is possible that I will see it because usually freaky stuff happens to me. Now I am trying to remember if I saw 444 subscribers back in the day, but nah. I also do not remember seeing 444 in any other profile ever. So shit, I guess I ain't got no angel. I'm out of luck. Let's see. Why is it like a rule to get shots before visiting African countries? Well, if I had to guess, it's because you may be vaccinated for some diseases, but some of the population that you may be visiting may not have vaccinations. But also, vaccinations are to prevent you from getting sick. So I guess it's because over there, diseases that are not known to the rest of the planet exist there. So you need to have immunization so that you don't die on your way over there. Um, so anytime you go anywhere foreign, it is recommended that you get vaccines because it's a completely different environment, completely different atmosphere, completely different weather. So you just need to be prepared, and that's the best way to do your immune system a huge favor. And let's see. A worm crawls in your skin, if I am correct. Meaning of 420. Let's look that up. I've heard about it, but I don't know what it really is. Used to refer to marijuana or to the act of smoking, a 420 friendly level. I had no idea because you know what? I'm not a pothead and I have never been a pothead. But I bet you that I know just the right friend to ask about that. He would be so disappointed in me right now. Let's see. What else? Okay, I guess I went over all of the questions being asked. Let's see. The next one is, of course, very popular setup, which is what if? What kind of what if questions are being asked? What if cast? That doesn't really tell me anything, so I'm gonna skip it. Actually, in place of it, I'm gonna say what if you? Let's see what happens. What if you wanted to go to heaven? I mean, I guess if a question like this is being asked, someone has been living life on the wrong path and they are concerned and they want to know if they have any chances making it of making it to heaven. Let's see. What would happen if I asked it? What if a woman? It's not giving me complete sentences, so I guess I dropped the ball on that one. Let me see what I can find. What if we started mining ice asteroids? Oh, that's a pretty good question. I guess if we started to mine asteroids, we would discover elements that are not present in the planet, or maybe ice, because I understand that asteroids are mainly made of rocks and ice, but I don't think they would retain their iciness after hitting the atmosphere because it would go probably really hot to really cold to really hot given the layers in our atmosphere. So I don't know. What if I started my birth control early? Depends what you call early. If you're starting as a teen, I don't think that's very wise because you are already training your body to trick it into thinking that it's pregnant at an early age and you're going to keep that up for years. I think you need to try to let your body just balance its hormones on its own. And if you hit your 20s and you're still struggling, then that's when I would recommend that you mess with such a thing. But starting birth control early, I think that the later that you can start medicating yourself in any way, the better. Because I feel like you're still developing. So, unless you have other complications medically, like, I don't know, endometriosis, I hear that that's something really bad. And shoot, maybe I have it given how bad my symptoms can get when that day of the month strikes. But me personally, I feel happier the more drugs I avoid. And of course, the pill is a drug. So, yeah, I would say if you're taking pills to protect yourself, you need to give your body time to adjust because if you were to start doing the act immediately, your body still hasn't adjusted to thinking that it's expecting. So you don't want to start going wild and getting late like crazy, assuming that the pill is ready for immediate use and immediate effect. So maybe that's what the question is trying to ask too. But anyway. And let's see. Another question being asked is, oh crap, I deleted it. Let's see. Um, what if I started? Okay. What if I haven't started my period? Well, apparently a lot of girls have what if questions. One of two things. Either you're going to be a mother or you have a hormone imbalance, or you have been exercising very, 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 very severely, rough, and your body is like, oh my God, I cannot handle all this stress and pressure. So your period is delayed as a result. And you're also probably secreting more of the masculine uh, hormones. But anyway, um, let's see. Where am I at? Why is there? That's the other type of question I was going to ask. Why is there so many earthquakes? Well, if I had to guess, it's because I guess we are due for another major shift in the continents. Maybe we're going to have a new Pangea in a couple million years. It takes more than a couple million years, but I guess people are beginning to ask that over the stuff happening in California. All I have to say is that that's just a natural process, but I cannot say how much impact mankind can have on earthquakes because I don't think earthquakes are sensitive to temperatures like that. But then again, I could be wrong. It's been a minute since I brushed up on my geology, but I guess it depends on the core of the planet too. But no. Why is there a helium shortage? Maybe because we have too many balloons being purchased during birthdays. And then the next question is why is there earthquakes? Again, it's probably from that earthquake trend. So let me modify my question to why is, let's see, why is it called a hamburger? That is a good ass question. I've been considering that recently because everyone was buying burgers and stuff because of the 4th of July stuff we had going on. But I've never known the answer to that. I feel like I was told a long time ago, but I just forgot. It's true because it's made of beef, unless you're getting a veggie burger or a turkey burger. But hamburgers are beef patties. Why is it called a hamburger? Anybody in the comments know before I look it up? That's wild. And then ham is just ham, sliced. You know, you sandwich ham. Or the spirally stuff that you get for the holidays. Let's check. Why is it called a hamburger? The common belief is that the American hamburger borrowed its name from a dish called Hamburg style beef. Oh, or Hamburg steak, which arrived in the United States from the German city of Hamburg in the 19th century. The dish was nothing more than chopped meat eaten raw. Fantastic. I have learned something. And what's interesting is that anything that ends in burg, I'm always thinking about burgers. Let's see. Do I have any more questions left? Nope. It looks like I have arrived at the conclusion of the things that I had in mind to explore. So, yeah, you guys, I guess that's it from me. If you guys feel like adding stuff or asking something real quick before I go, feel free to. But yeah, this was pretty interesting. I thought that I was going to ace this, but some stuff I had to really think about, and I wonder how much stuff I just got wrong. I did not really feel like corroborating any of my answers because then it would feel like I'm cheating. But yeah, let's see. Are you still alive? Yeah, I am still alive. I think the timer is still ticking on my end. I don't know for you guys. Sir Sandwich was a gambler who refused to stop playing cards since he was winning, so he had his maid roll up his meal into his bread. You feel very professional. Are you a school teacher? That means the world to me because I wanted to be a teacher because my mother is a teacher. So I guess she influenced that. But no, I'm not a teacher. I'm a fraud. I'm someone absolutely uneducated and therefore free of debt in this American society, and also just totally not a professional like that, with a real career. I'm just a retail worker. But anyways, but I appreciate that. I'm glad that you phrase it like that because it makes me feel like I am being verbose. And I just take pride in the way I express myself. Written form, drawn form, I guess artistically, and humorously as well, if that makes sense. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to have to depart now, but my intention is to return later with more stuff to just go over since I have had to be away. And I apologize for that. But I am definitely getting my life together to where I don't have to be away for so long. This makes me feel the way you express have a good sleep. Awesome. All right.